There's a strange psychological paradox about power. The more you chase something, the more it runs from you. Whether it's people, respect, opportunities, or even love, chasing creates imbalance. The moment you act like you need something, you give away the power. That's what Law 8 is about: positioning. Welcome to the 48 Laws of Power. This law isn't about waiting passively. It's about building such a strong position, such a powerful presence, that others are drawn into your world. And when they come on your terms. Power belongs to those who control the terms of engagement. But to do that, you must resist the urge to chase and instead set traps, lures, and signals that pull people toward you. Robert Greene says it best: when you force the other person to act, you are the one in control. Because once they come to you, they are reacting, and you are setting the rules of the game. The power of waiting. History is full of leaders and strategists who won wars not by attacking, but by making their enemies come to them, often walking straight into traps. Greene gives the example of Hannibal, one of the greatest military commanders of all time. Instead of chasing the Roman armies across unfamiliar land, he carefully lured them into terrain he knew, and once they were inside, he destroyed them. Not because he was stronger, but because he chose the battlefield. In the world of power, the moment you run towards something, you're no longer choosing the battlefield. You're exposed, desperate, weak. This is why powerful people appear calm. They move less. They respond less. Not because they're inactive, but because they know. Stillness is a weapon, and patience is not inaction. It's preparation. In fact, when you master the art of waiting, you become the one people can't figure out, the one they chase, the one they react to. The trap is the message. This law isn't just about physically waiting, it's also about communication. The way you speak, the way you post online, the way you behave, can either chase people away or pull them toward you. Think about how influencers or cult leaders gain followers. They don't beg for attention. They drop bait. Cryptic messages, rare appearances, limited access, or powerful displays of self-control. They make others feel like, I need to go to them. And when someone feels like that, they're already under your spell. Robert Greene refers to this psychological move as the bait. The bait could be anything: an opportunity, a mystery, a sense of scarcity, or even silence. Remember, silence makes people uncomfortable. And when you use it right, it becomes the loudest sound in the room. The dangers of chasing. To understand the importance of this law, you must also understand what happens when you break it. Greene gives the example of Napoleon Bonaparte, who, despite being a brilliant strategist, made one fatal mistake. He chased the Russian army deep into their homeland, where he was slowly destroyed by the cold, starvation, and a baited trap. Napoleon wanted a quick victory, but by chasing, he played on the enemy's terms. He left his ground. He lost his power. This is why the wise don't rush. They don't act out of impatience or pride. They know sometimes doing nothing is the most powerful move, because power is not speed. Power is position. The best seducers don't flatter. They don't pursue. They withdraw, create mystery, and let the other person do the work of chasing. Robert Greene, who also wrote The Art of Seduction, connects this principle to classic lovers and courtesans. Cleopatra, for instance, didn't beg to be seen. She created such an unforgettable aura that even the most powerful men came to her. You win influence not by screaming your value, but by becoming valuable and letting others realize it themselves. This is why emotional detachment is such a superpower. When you don't need anything from anyone, your presence becomes attractive, and your silence becomes expensive. When to move first. Now here's where the law gets subtle. Robert Greene doesn't say never act first. He says only act first if you're setting a trap. Sometimes you have to create motion to provoke a response. A little tension, a little suggestion, a false weakness. But this is not chasing. This is baiting. A general might appear to retreat, drawing the enemy in. A king might offer a gift to test loyalty. A businessman might leak a fake plan to see who bites. The move is not made to gain, it's made to expose. That's the key difference. Real power doesn't act to gain something. It acts to reveal something. Let's go deeper into another historical story from the book, Meng Huo, a rebellious leader in ancient China who was captured 7 times by the warlord Zhuge Liang. And each time, instead of punishing him, Zhuge let him go. Why? Because Zhuge Liang understood that true submission comes not by force but by choice. By letting Meng Huo walk free each time, he confused him, humbled him, and eventually made him come back willingly and surrender with full loyalty. Power gained through force is temporary. Power gained through voluntary submission is eternal. Greene uses this story to highlight that power is not just about control, it's about influence. And the greatest form of influence is to make people think it was their idea all along. The rule of pull, not push. In today's world, this law is more important than ever. In business, in branding, in social media, those who pull attention win. Those who chase, beg, overpost, or overshare lose respect. People are drawn to what's scarce, what's mysterious, what feels powerful but unavailable. This is why luxury brands never go on sale, why rare appearances by public figures generate massive hype, why artists who vanish after a masterpiece are remembered longer than those who keep producing but lose magic. Scarcity is value, and patience is power. Like all laws of power, Law 8 has its exception, the reversal. Sometimes when you are much weaker than the other side and your only chance is to strike first, you must go to them. But even then, go in a way that seems bold, not desperate, strategic, not emotional. But this should be rare, because the truth is, in most cases, when you move first, you become visible, predictable, vulnerable. So unless you're laying a trap, wait. Let them speak first. Let them demand. Let them try. And while they chase, you plan. Law 8 is not about ego or arrogance. It's about understanding energy. Every time you move impulsively, you burn power. Every time you react emotionally, you give away position. But when you wait, when you think, when you move with purpose, you begin to shape your world instead of being shaped by it. Make them come to you, and when they do, make sure they never forget who controlled the game from the start.